Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome to a brand new Create a Tribe video, where today we're going to be kicking off the series by making our very first themed tribe. I think the last time we made a tribe here was for our short little cattail series, but I had a lot of fun messing around with all of the Sandbox settings then. So I kind of wanted to expand on the idea and try making some different creatures with all the tools that we have here. In case you're not familiar with Niche's beta update, one of the new features allows us to customize the entire look of our tribe. So this week, I thought it might be fun to take advantage of one of the new genes in the game too. We're going to use the bat wings to see if we can make an entire group of dragons. I think what I want to do is actually work off of like an elemental theme. So one dragon for fire, maybe one for water, earth and air too. And don't mind the names here, I actually still have the list of names that you guys have given me for the challenges, so there might be some odd little names popping up here and there. Maybe you guys will recognize a few of them. We might do a few more in between too, but I think this is a good place to start. So let's go ahead and choose Gandalf the Fire Dragon, I guess? Yeah, let's go ahead and start with him. I've wanted to try making dragons pretty much ever since the Batwings are added. Unfortunately, we haven't had much of a chance to test them out in games since we haven't had too many creatures with them in our tribes. But with 2 Batwings, and with the heat body too. If this guy is going to be our fire dragon, then we definitely need to make sure he has the heat body. I think that's going to look really, really cool. I guess we'll want to give him some kind of like orange colored fur too. Ooh, what color should we give him for his eyes? Maybe orange eyes? Or yellow. We've seen yellow before, but orange is usually very, very rare, so I think I'm gonna go with that. So if he has orange eyes, maybe we should go with a different color fur? Yeah, like a dark red fur maybe. Ooh, what would that look like with the heat body? Why don't we go dark red and red fur too? What possible animal could we get out of that? Oh my gosh. Oh, he is looking very, very imposing already. We'll have to make sure that we get rid of that swimming tail though. That doesn't exactly fit for a fire type. I kind of like the cracker jaw on him. I figured it would be a little bit difficult to find a dragon kind of snout, since they seem to have more feline or canine traits. But the cracker jaw definitely works. We might actually go with the cracker jaw for this guy. Oh, I wonder if the Hyena snout would work for a dragon? Yeah, you know, that's not that bad. Those big menacing teeth. Ooh, that's interesting. Should we make Gandalf the Fire Dragon like the most imposing one of the group? I'm gonna leave it like that for now. To be honest, I kind of like the big ears on him too, though I guess that gives him more of a bat-like appearance. We're going for dragons, not for bats, so I'm not sure if we're going to keep that. I'm a little bit disappointed in the orange eyes too. Like they blend in a little bit too well with his fur. I wonder if it would be more striking if we do choose yellow. I don't know, what do you guys think? I guess those eyes are just so small in the Hyena snout that it's really, really difficult to see. It might be a little bit different in game though. So for now, we'll keep that at orange. Is yellow more dominant than orange? It must be, because I think that's actually still yellow. So we'll change both of them to orange then. There we go. So the back legs too. We probably don't want to keep those frog feet. If we can find that in our options here, let's change them to the Hyena hind legs. If he's going to be an all-out war dragon, then we better make sure he has talons. The one really nice thing about the bat wings, or I guess the wings in general, is that the movement speed doesn't matter too much. So we don't have to worry about those Hyena hind legs slowing down our dragons at all. The spots are kind of cool too, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for. It almost looks like the poor guy is going bald in some patches. So what kind of color would work best? Something to keep up with the fiery appearance, of course. I mean, maybe just red? Let's see what red looks like. And I think I'm actually going to go with the stripes. I'm wondering if maybe that would look more, well, like rippling fire if you could actually see it. Alright, so maybe red is not the right choice. I guess we would have to lighten it up a little bit. Maybe with the beige pattern too. Yeah, it's not bad. Since we can't get actual orange markings, I guess that's probably as close as we're going to get. I like these savanna horns though. The ram horns were pretty interesting too, but since the savanna horns are supposed to come from warm climates anyways, I kind of like that better on our fire dragon. Maybe like a really dark color, something to really stand out against that blood red fur. Yeah, kind of just like that. I've always wondered if the heat body is supposed to represent, like, the cactus in the savannah. Because if you compare them side by side, they both have those same kind of orange spikes along the body. It could also easily just represent a flame too, but I guess that would kind of make sense if our creatures were taking the heat of the savannah with them to the mountains. Now, as far as that tail goes, what would work for a fire dragon? I'm thinking probably not the fishing tail, because I can't imagine he's going to want to get anywhere near water. So instead, let's see. Ooh, we could do the scorpion tail. Ooh, yes. That looks very, very menacing indeed. I love those little black spots along it too. Yeah, we might actually go with the scorpion tail. Are there any other choices that would be better for us? I don't think so. I mean, maybe the hammer tail, because that would give him strength, but this gives him venom too. I guess that's the closest that we'll ever get to our Nichelings breathing fire. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with the scorpion tail for him. That looks very, very cool. We'll go ahead and give him normal eyesight. And as for the ears, I don't know, since he has the Baragina snout, let's see what the Baragina ears look like on him. Kind of like a bit of a more rounded appearance. I guess that's good. I mean, do dragons even typically have ears? When I think of dragons, I usually think of a more reptilian kind of head, but I guess with the Baragina snout this kind of works. So all we have left to do for him is make sure that his pattern is okay. I kind of actually like what he has right now though. It blends in really, really well with that heat body. So that's the A pattern shape. Oh no, oh, and I got rid of it too. I don't know, I guess the rest of it probably doesn't matter too much. We'll just keep it at this for now. And I guess normal blood clotting? There you go, a nice, strong, healthy fire dragon. You look like you are absolutely ready for war. So that's Gandalf complete. So if we go back here to Coco, let's make this our water dragon. That one should be really, really fun to make. Of course, we'll have to give her the gills for sure. There's a head that kind of has a more reptilian look to it, I guess. Or I suppose fish-like. But that elongated snout at least doesn't make them look like a cat or a dog. Should we go with the water body too? That would give them some swimming speed. But is that going to matter if we put the wings on them? I'm not sure that I've ever tried to have a flying creature go into the ocean before, so I have no idea what this is going to be like in game. That looks pretty cool though, a flying fish. I can just see her like leaping out of the ocean like a dolphin or something, going straight from sea to sky. Well, we're definitely going to have to give her that mermaid fin too. The tail fin, I think it was called. Yeah, we haven't seen that in a very, very long time. So what does that actually put her swimming skill at? The tail fin gives her a +2. The water body gives her a +2 as well. Nothing from the gills, so that would be a 4 movement speed in the water. So yeah, assuming that she can actually dive into the ocean with those wings of hers, she would be a very, very formidable opponent. Kind of like a jack of all trades exploring land and sea. The only problem is she is actually very weak. I wonder if maybe we should give her the Baragina hind legs too? That would at least give her a way to fish, right? You know, I'm not actually sure. Maybe it would give her a way to swoop down on bunnies, though, so at least she'd have some way of actually surviving, rather than just mooching off of all of her dragon friends. We're going to have to give her the blue eyes too, of course, to connect her to the sea as well, but I'm not really sure what we should do for the other colors. Like, I guess if we gave her the toxic body or something, that would give her a blue appearance. Oh, and the spots? Yeah, you know what? The spots could be like little bubbles. Maybe help her blend in with the water. Let's try a gray color first. That would also probably blend in pretty well with the ocean too, right? It almost makes her look more dolphin-like too. If we're going with gray fur, then I guess the white spots would probably be the best. That way they can actually stand out against her fur. Though they kind of look like snowflakes now. I mean, I guess that's okay. Depending on the environment that she's raised in, I guess she could also be an ice dragon too. Maybe we should try to make the pattern a little bit smaller. That's pattern shape D, that does that kind of like hexagon shape. Ooh, actually, what was the one with the round shape? There we go, pattern shape A. Yeah, now they actually look like little tiny bubbles. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I don't want to have too many bubbles on her, so I turned down both the size and the density, but I think it's looking a little bit more ocean-like now. So all that should be left to do is figure out the ear situation. Change those eyes over to the normal eyesight. And do we want to give her any sort of horns? Like maybe the antlers? Just to give her a little bit more strength again. That way she could actually take down the bunnies in one swipe. Otherwise she would have to chase them down everywhere, so this gives her a fighting chance. We'll change the horn color over to white too, to blend in with all of those beautiful spots. And I think that she is looking pretty gorgeous. Now as for the ears, well, I've got to try the round ears too. If we have round spots, we have to at least see what the round ears are going to look like. Yeah, probably not the best for a creature who's going to be swimming in water. So I guess we'll just go with the normal medium ears for now. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I can't see the big ears being very functional in the ocean, but we have to put something on her. She really does strike me as somebody who's going to be a bit more of a lazy sort, though. I can see her just waiting to swoop in and take other creatures' food instead. She does have the ability to chase after bunnies, but something tells me she's just going to be like lazing on the sand all day, swimming through the sea, floating on the water, and grabbing other dragons' hard-earned meals. Now, if the next dragon is Flora, then this is definitely going to be our Earth Dragon. That's actually a very lucky name for her. It makes me think that we should make like a tiny little fairy kind of dragon too. When I think of Earth, I usually think of things like strong and sturdy, like stones or mountains. But let's go the opposite end of the spectrum for her. In fact, we could go all out and actually give her the tiniest body in the entire game. Let's go with the lean body. So she's going to be a super small, skittish little dragon. Kind of like the type to make her home in the leaves of the trees or something. Oh, if only we could turn her green without the use of the toxic body. That would be pretty cool too, because she would blend in so well with the greenery. I guess at the very least, we could give her these antennas. Yeah, that would look pretty cool, because they almost have a leaf-like appearance to them too. You could just see them like poking out from the bushes or something as she rummages around for berries to eat. You know, the one thing I'm a little bit disappointed in is that there isn't really a way for us to increase our gathering skill with the wings. I guess we could give her like the bird beak or something, but I'm not really sure that would work for dragons. I wish there was a way that we could collect using the hind legs. We can increase our speed, our strength, our swimming, but we can't increase our collecting yet. I don't think there's even a type of tail that would help us here. Nothing dexterous enough to pick the berries off the branches either. I would say we could go with the peacock tail, but since she is a female, it's going to be very, very small. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting the derp snout to pop up there. Hello. Yeah, the female peacock tail is much smaller than the male one, and it doesn't really have a use in the game. So I think we'd want to go with something that actually gives her a fighting chance. Oh my gosh, what if we go with the hammer tail? Oh, wouldn't that just be the best? Like if she's this shy, skittish little fairy kind of dragon, always hiding away in the weeds and the bushes. If somebody startles her, what if she whips around with that big hammer tail and gives them a nice big smack? Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the hammer tail. It even kind of looks like little rocks on the end of it, I guess. So a much more earthy appearance, just like what we were going for. Now the question is, what kind of fur color should we give her? Well, maybe like a chestnut brown? Yeah, let's try that first. Chestnut brown, it's kind of like a clay-like appearance. Maybe with a little bit of moss brown mixed in? Getting somewhere. I kind of feel like it should be a little bit darker though. That way she can really blend in with the leaves. Yeah, maybe not with that kind of marking though. Though it does kind of look like sunlight dappling her scales or something. I think it's more the snout that's throwing me off. I'm kind of tempted to just go something cute and simple for her. Like the short snout. Even though it's not very dragon-like, it does give her that tiny appearance. And I guess we will go for the spots with her again. But we'll change it to a different style, so not the round spots of the water dragon. In fact, I suppose we could go with those hexagon shapes? Yeah, that was a D. Definitely not that yellow color though, that is pretty gross. Yeah, something a little bit more like this. That looks gorgeous, like she could actually blend in with the bark of the trees. We'll go ahead and change her eyes over to the green color too. Since we can't change her fur to green, at least that gives her some connection to the leaves. I think I liked it a little bit better when those spots were bigger too. So let's see if we can get a big pattern going. Maybe a thin pattern density? Maybe a little bit more than that. There we go, that looks a bit more similar to what we had before. I think I liked it better when the hammer tail was darker too, so that's going to be the horn color. Maybe black and brown? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, and those big ears. You know, if any dragon was going to have big ears, I think it would probably be Flora. That way she can really hear if any danger is coming. She's so tiny that she has to have some way of detecting danger. That way she can fly away before it gets to her first. Oh, now the real question. Should we give her, like, hyena hind legs? That way she could scratch out with her talons, too, if anybody does startle her. It would give her a more brutal punch, I guess. But I don't know, I kind of like her being the scrappy little fairy who honestly doesn't pack that much of a punch, but will sure try if you get in her way. Yeah, so we're just going to give her the normal hind legs, I think. Oh, and I just realized too, yeah, the hammer tail that has the cracking skill too. Oh my gosh, that is perfect. So if she is going to live like in the oak trees of the world, she could crack open the acorns that fall beneath them. Oh, she is super, super pretty too. I think she might actually be my favorite dragon so far. So we'll go ahead and give her the normal blood cladding, and then I think Flora is officially done. So that leaves only one more dragon to go. Evo, who's going to be our air dragon. Evo, who was also the name of one very, very controversial member of the Ancient Legends Challenge, but surely there's no connection. I wonder if that means that our air dragon is going to be one very greedy soul. Well, I think the white fur would probably work for him best. And of course, we'll go ahead and place the bat wings in there too. Maybe we should make him look like a big fluffy cloud? Though I'm imagining something a little bit more serpent-like, I guess. Something long and streamlined so we could fly fast through the air. I wonder if there's any type of body that we could do that with. I don't know, maybe big fluffy cloud is actually the better way to go. If we use the big body actually, then he'll have all of that extra fluff too. But it does actually decrease the flying movement. So it's kind of an ironic twist actually. Like this is supposed to be our air dragon, but he's actually one of the worst flyers in the tribe. Maybe again it just all comes back to that laziness. I wonder if he's going to be better friends with Coco then. Well, let's see if we can fix up that snout of his first. Though I do kind of like the long appearance of it too. Not exactly dragon-like, like so many things in this game, but it does lend to that long appearance that I was looking for. Oh, you know what? I think we might actually keep this after all because I just realized. If we have this sticky tongue on him, then he'll have the ability to collect insects, so he can swoop in from the sky and take care of the mosquitoes that way. I guess we'll want to give him the big talons too, so he can actually stand up toe-to-toe with the bluebirds. Otherwise, he would make a pretty pitiful king of the skies. And as for the tail, oh, I wonder if we should go with the big stinky tail? That would definitely lend to the fluffy appearance. It does make him look like a nice big cloud. But I don't know, if we want to go with the long route, maybe we should actually go with the fishing tail. I mean, that would give him a good reason to spend some extra time with Coco too. Flying over the sea and grabbing the fish that he can reach. Oh, maybe the two of them can work together then. Like, he'll give her his extra fish since she's not so good at hunting. The bugs can be just for him though. Something tells me that she's not too fond of his bug collecting habits. So appearance-wise, I think he's going to be the one that we give the mask to. And of course that opens up lots and lots of potential for his pattern type. What kind of pattern would work best for him? Like surely not the bandit mask. Oh, but maybe a little flying panda would work? Maybe we should just randomize it until we get one that we like. Though we might want to decide on a pattern color too. Oh my gosh, that one is gorgeous. Oh, that light beige. Wait a second. Brown and white. Okay, let's try that one for now. I'm not really sure if it works for an air dragon, but it looks so cute. Almost like a pastel dragon. Oh my gosh. I just found the grumpiest little anteater ever. Look at those big eyebrows. Oh, Mist has nothing on you, little Evo. Can you imagine if Mist was born into our tribe with these big eyebrows as our beacon of positivity? Yeah, I'm guessing she has nothing to do with you. Oh, that one's quite nice. You know, it almost looks like a little star marking on his head. Yeah, maybe we should go with that. A star like the stars in the sky, so it actually fits with the year theme. Now, just so we know for sure, I do want to check and see if maybe we should change the pattern color a bit. I'm wondering if maybe gray would be better. I mean, it does fit the theme better, doesn't it? Now he looks like a little rain cloud. I still love that pattern combination though, like we're going to have to remember that. It was white and brown, I think? Yeah, white and brown mixed with the white fur color. If we were trying to make like a little family of deer or something, I think that would be perfect. Alright, so as for the rest of him, I think to mix it up a little bit, I'm actually going to give him the purple eyes. I don't think we can give him blue eyes recessive. Yeah, unfortunately not, because it will take over. Blue eyes are a little bit more dominant than the much rarer violet eyes. So violet it's going to have to be. Makes him look all royal and special. Probably plays into why he acts so haughty, too. Now he has so many different ways to gather food, from the fish with his fishing tail, to the bugs with his snout. I don't really feel like we have to worry about giving him any sort of horns. For that matter, I feel like it might actually detract from his appearance, so we're just going to give him the no horns trait. We'll give him the regular eyesight. Ooh, should we go with the big ears for him? Again, it makes him look a little bit more like a bat, I guess. We're just gonna go with the normal ears for him, I think. Again, nice and streamlined so he can fly as fast as possible through the sky, in spite of his big body, of course. So that should be the end of him too. Evo, our air dragon. He's probably one of the most interesting looking creatures so far, mostly because of that sticky tongue, I think. We never did get to use the cracker jaw, which is too bad. I still think that's one of the most dragon-like features of them all. But all in all, I'm pretty proud of how our dragon tribe looks. It would be pretty fun to make dragons from like books and movies too, like Toothless or maybe Maleficent in dragon form, but I think that's what we're going to stick with for today. So let's go ahead and load up our dragons into a game so we can see them all in action. Here they are, the great and mighty beasts themselves. Let's go ahead and have Flora clear out some of the grasses around here so we can see them more easily. And oh my goodness, Evo! You are absolutely towering over everybody in this tribe. To be honest, Flora doesn't actually look that small next to them either, despite her lean body and everything. Well, we'll have to test them out at least a little bit. I definitely want to see if Coco can swim. So come on over here, little one. Let's fly you over to the shore. Yes, excellent. So as long as you're at least close enough to the ocean to dip your feet in, it looks like you can do quite a bit of swimming. In fact, you've even found some fish over here. So just as we were planning to before, we could have Evo swoop in and grab all of those fish for you. Yeah, so she definitely doesn't have any way of fishing on her own. She would have to pretty much rely on our air dragon for the most part. But I feel like these two would get along very, very well. They're both laid back, they're both a little bit lazy, and they both have a great love for food. Even if Coco doesn't really like catching it herself too much. And then on the flip side, we have Flora and Gandalf, who both have a little bit of a temper. Let's see if we can find Flora a little tree to settle beneath. I guess Gandalf could even lead her over here, if we have him light up the way. Yeah, look how far she can go. Does it actually increase her flying skill any? Now, I was wondering if maybe having the lean body would make it easier for her to get around, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. So, Gandalf? Ooh, you better grab that leech. Look at you coming up to munch on our dragons. Well, as our fire dragon, I'm sure Gandalf would want nothing to do with this place anyways. That's only confirmation that he wants nothing to do with the beaches. So, let's just have you lead little Flora into the grasses for us. We'll bring you over here so you can light up the tree, and then Flora can sit proudly right on the very tippity top, blending in with all the branches and the leaves. It looks like the bunny hasn't even noticed her either, so I guess she's doing a good job. Of course, you don't have much of a taste for bunnies. You would love the berries, and you would absolutely adore these acorns. Oh, there's a little mole down here too? Oh, Gandalf, maybe this is actually your time to shine. Oh, he is such a big, hulking, imposing beast that he can't even hide in the grasses, of course. Poor Gandalf, the world's already picking on him. No wonder he looks so grumpy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed putting together these dragons with me today. I had a lot of fun coming up with these new characters. So let me know if you guys would like to see more of these Create a Tribe videos in the future, and if you have any ideas for the next theme that we could use, then feel free to leave them in the comments. If you guys want to join in and make some nicheling dragons of your own, then I would love to feature some of your creations in next week's video too. Twitter is probably the easiest way to get into touch with me. Just make sure to tag me so I can see what you guys have made. So apart from that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!